Welcome back to another Story Tim, where I tell my favorite stories from my 50 years here on the planet. This one is another news story that I was covering. I can remember we got a call on the scanner about a car wreck where you had a signal 40, which was like injuries, car wreck with injuries. And so we would go out and roll on this stuff, and it was an immense traffic jam. I remember I was supposed to go do a live shot for this thing at 6. And so I was driving up there, and I parked the truck, and then I had to go get video of this thing. And what had happened was, you had these two lanes of oncoming traffic. So one guy's coming this way and the other one is coming this way. Well, the guy that was going this way was a construction guy, and he had a ladder that fell off of his truck. So this lady, an elderly lady, who saw this ladder in the road, veered off to miss the ladder, jumped this little median, and went into oncoming traffic, where her car immediately plowed into this Toyota pickup truck, just creamed it. And so I'm like, oh gosh, so I went over there and I'm like, well, is there a 46? Yes, there's a dead body. And I'm like, oh man. So I went over there and saw this guy, and he was, they had him kind of he was still in the car. He had his seatbelt on and stuff, and he was, obviously had been killed. They were, the paramedics and the guys were, the fire department guys were trying to get him out of the car and, put the body into the ambulance to take him out of there. And I was just thinking, man, this is so sad. And then I looked down on the floorboard of this little Toyota truck, and I can remember thinking there was a little teddy bear there. And I was thinking, oh man, some little kid is there just waiting for their dad to get home. Here their dad is, just driving in his regular pickup truck, coming home from work, got his seatbelt on, isn't doing any speeding. And then all of a sudden this yellow Cadillac comes and jumps the thing and then plows right into him. And man, it made me so sad to think there's that little kid that's not going to have a daddy coming home to him. I know a lot of these stories I talk about sudden death, and how, man, use every day, man, to try to do something, achieve something, do something positive with your life. Because there's so many people that have just been cut out just like that. Even myself, I've been nearly killed several times. I told you one of the stories about nearly getting burned alive. I've been shot at, I've been punched, I've been, hung out of helicopters. Any of those times could have been something gone drastically wrong, and then that's it. But just to think that, every day that we have is a blessing from God. Try to make something out of that, because you never know when something's just going to go drastically wrong, that you had nothing to do, not speeding or nothing wrong, but that's just the way it happened. And that was another Story Tim.